So much has already been done that I thought would take 25 years to do. I'm having to reimagine my imaginings.
We became an organization with a focus in high art and professionalism, and we were no longer just the kids' choir. We were the Voices of the Valley.
It is a joy to see how well and strongly the group has grown and continued to progress. And as it turned out, we're still doing it 15 years later. I was just looking at the registration roster from the first group. I had a number of 19. For the first 3 years of the organization, I was the conductor and my wife was the accompanist. And it was something of a family affair in terms of reaching out into the community and helping children make music. But that also included our children. The Voices of the Valley started as a general concept in the fall of 2006. A fellow minister of music in the area and I had a conversation about what was needed for children in the greater Columbus area or in the valley, and the synergy of developing that dialogue began to grow seriously. It was a matter of reaching out beyond a smaller group of interested folks and seeing where the broader community would go. Through every step of evolution in the growth and progress of the Voices of the Valley, CSU and the Schwab School have progressed with us. The location of our weekly gatherings was in the choral suite at the Schwab School of Music. Well, Dr. Parker made a wonderful investment. Our relationship grew tremendously unto the point of being able to hand that leadership to her and allow me to serve on the board and then as chairman in a way that matured and continued to develop through Dr. Folta coming to Columbus State. Michelle Folta is a profound powerhouse of energy, of artistic beauty, of personal investment, and caring, nurturing love for those children.
It's the same in How Can I Keep From Singing? The pickup's making us slower, okay? I'm giving you 1 and 2, ready. My name is Michelle Folta, and I am the Artistic Director of the Voices of the Valley Children's Chorus. One of my favorite things to see in VOV is when the kids lock in and they get it. And I've asked them to do something and they do it, and then they get excited about it. And they're like, oh my God, this is so cool. And I'm like, I know, let's do it again. If you want to find an environment where you can hone your vocal skills, but also find a family of people from all over, this is the place for you. We underestimate what children can do. When people say, oh, kids can't do this, or they're not strong enough to do this, not these kids. They don't know these kids. I've watched them overcome insurmountable odds, privately, personally, publicly, and they sing anyway. Kind of our mantra has always been, how can we keep from singing? Because we can't. We have 4 different groups in Voices of the Valley: Prima Voce, Bella Voce, Sola Voce, and the newest choir, the Ambassadors.
So I joined Voices of the Valley in 2016 when I was in 4th grade, so maybe 9 years old. I actually want to be Dr. Folta when I grow up. I would love to take the path that she took, start in middle school or maybe high school, and then conduct a choir outside of my work, just like she does with Voices of the Valley. Definitely want to do this for the rest of my life.
Born in Americus, I lived there my whole life, and from 9 years old, we commuted every Monday to Columbus, which is 60 miles, every Monday. It really started being a very big part of my life, you know, in 8th grade, when I had, you know, I guess a greater sense of what I was in.
When I'm singing, it's it just makes me feel free. Like, I don't gotta worry about the problems. It calms me down. I just thank God that He put me in this. He gave me this opportunity because it helped me a lot.
For many, this is a refuge. For some, it is a ticket out of situations that they might be in. We give them refuge. We give them peace. We give them friendship. We give them fellowship. So I think people come for the music, but they stay for the community.
And next year, we're going Voices of the Valley. We're going to be singing in England.
We went to England, and that was our very first international trip. I'm so glad we went. It was a turning point for us. It changed Voices of the Valley. From a children's choir that's, oh, this is so cute, to we were singing in some of the most major cathedrals in the world and performing in professional areas that adult choirs perform in. We matured over that trip. We really started to grow, and then COVID hit.
Now to growing concerns about the deadly coronavirus officially hitting the U.S. Here's what we know.
County and state leaders are banning.
When COVID happened, I felt like someone had ripped the inside of my body out. Changed us again. Who am I? What do I love? What do I believe in? When all that was gone, what did I miss? And it was VOV. I have to do it to survive. Kind of made me get all choked up.
I know that it's hard, and I know this isn't ideal, but I believe that in times of adversity, we really show who we are. It's that very grit and that connection that VOV has that's gonna get us to the other side.
It felt unreal. I mean, just didn't expect it. And then after that 2 weeks was up, they extended it. We're still gonna try to do choir. We're just gonna do it virtually. And so we did. And I can remember sitting at my dining room table singing with my mic off, couldn't hear anybody else, and just watching her conduct.
And sooner or later, we managed to move to the parking garage. And I would never forget it.
It was cold, it was hot, it was loud, the train would come by.
7:35, every time the train would come, it just messed it up. It never failed.
And we had our masks on, it was all muffled, and you're trying to breathe like...
That committed group, I would say, definitely overcame a lot. In Dr. Folta's words, I'd say it was a bunch of choir nerds. They really enjoyed it, and so they stuck with it.
Our numbers plummeted during that time. We went from about 76 singers to 24 in the parking garage choir concert. Every day I'd wake up thinking, is this it? Is this it for VOV? Are we done? And I shouldn't have doubted them, because they are resilient and choir means more to them than I ever knew.
I'm so happy, yes. I'm so happy, yes, I am. For His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He washes me.
That was hot.
Yeah, it was a rough time, but I had fun. We definitely had fun.
We were back in Schwob School of Music, which is incredible. We still were taking lots of the protocols and following the science. I had submitted Voices of the Valley for the Georgia Music Educators Association Conference and the American Choral Directors Association Southern Division Conference. We got into both. No choir in this region, from K all the way through collegiate, have performed at ACDA before.
And when we found out that we were gonna go, we didn't realize how big of a deal it was.
It was nerve-wracking, but it was an especially gratifying experience, being recognized for all the hard work we were doing.
Being able to go to a conference like that, where you submit an audition from your peers and they deem you worthy, is one of the most incredible compliments and valuable things you can get as a choir.
After ACDA was over, I think we all just took a breath and were like, did we just do that?
You don't get experiences like that back again. I mean, just being one in the sound.
And we had people coming up to us afterwards that were like, that was an incredible performance. We don't know how you put that together.
I'll never forget coming off of that stage, being so proud.
It's not just regular choir music. The things that we do and the feeling and the emotion that we put in is because we're a family.
we'll always have that connection. I mean, that's what choir is. It's a connection, you know, something I'll have for the rest of my life.
Just like a proud grandfather, I look forward to watching the family grow for decades to come.
COVID changed me as a person. I choose to live as if this may be the last rehearsal, or this may be the last concert, or this may be, because it's that special to me. I think it's pretty incredible what we've done.
I dreamed of summer.